If one of my closest friends called me and said, should I buy a home right now? I'm going to tell you what I would tell them. And I'm going to blow your mind with a little bit of math for those buyers who are sitting on the sideline. All right, so check this out. Right now, we know that buyers are overall scared to buy. Interest rates are higher than they've been. The media is definitely pushing the agenda that the housing affordability issue and all those things. Not saying some of that's not true. There are challenges right now. Okay, but here's the deal. First of all, there are sellers who still need to sell their home, and there's a lot fewer buyers right now. So we know this is true. So I'm going to talk to you about buyers who are actually in the game. Now, and in one way, it feels logical, right? Hey, interest rates are up. Things are unstable. So it makes people feel like, yes, I should wait. I understand why buyers think that way. But if I'm talking to a friend and I'm also talking to you, I'm going to explain to you the math that will literally blow your mind here. So let's do this. And I had to make some notes, so I may have to reference my notes. But let's take the same house, okay? Buying it today, it's $400,000. 2 years ago, it was $440,000. 2 years from now, it'll probably be $440,000. But today, it's $400,000. You get an interest rate of 6.5%. You put 10% down, so that's 40,000. Your monthly payment is roughly $3,430. You have to bring $54,824 to the closing table for buying a house today. Now let's compare that same house 2 years ago or 2 years from now, and let's use the interest rate of 5.5%, right? So here we are, 5.5%. The house is $440,000. You've got to bring $44,000 to the closing table if you're putting 10% down. Your monthly is going to be $3,519. And your cash to close, the money you have to bring to the closing table, is going to be $59,682. Okay, let's compare those. You're getting the lower interest rate, right? That's good. But when you compare those, you have to bring almost $9,000 more to the closing table for the other two, the lower interest rate ones. And you're paying $89 more per month. So in other words, $9,000 more to close, almost another $1,000 a year for waiting for the interest rate to drop back down to 5.5% instead of just buying today. Now, one of the arguments I hear is I'm trying to time the market. I'm trying to wait till those rates drop before prices go up. Hey, that's great. Good luck with that. I'm telling you right now. Did you just hear the numbers I gave you? Like literally, that doesn't make sense. I get it, like on the surface, but when you do the math, it tells you something totally different. Hey, real quick, if you appreciate this content, if you are wanting to know more about real estate in the Round Rock area, Central Texas area, or life in this area, do me a favor, click that subscribe button down below. Honestly, I love it when people follow. It means a lot to me. You can always reach out to me with questions, but I really like to have followers because I do post regular content on all things Round Rock and Central Texas, real estate and lifestyle. All right, anyway, let's talk more about today's topic. So what will happen is if we had a big interest rate drop, right? Then a lot of buyers would jump off the bench. Yeah, okay, it's going to be great. Now it's time to buy. They'd flood into the market to start buying. We saw this before back during COVID. And then what happened? Prices shot up. Yeah, there was a little tiny window with a small percentage of houses where you could get, but people are very savvy to that now. So if it happened, people would raise prices pretty darn quickly. So, but even then, just look to the math we just did, right? You would win if you bought the house now. Not telling you to buy it, just telling you to look at the math. And I'm going to put that math down below so you all can look at and see for yourself the numbers that we're talking about. And obviously it's an estimation based on averages. The other thing that happens when interest rates drop, especially if they drop substantially, is the number of listings drops. So yes, the number of buyers goes up, the number of listings drop, the prices go up. Right now in Round Rock, Texas alone, there's about 600 listings on for sale. What does that tell you if you're a buyer? You've got options. You've got some negotiating power. Sellers need to sell. You're not going to lowball them, but sellers need to sell, and they're more willing to negotiate with you. During COVID, I was having listings where I would literally get 30 offers in one day, and we would sell it for like 15% over list price. It was ridiculous. And if I'm being honest, I did not enjoy it. It created this little bubble that has messed everything up. But if you were selling at that time and you got equity, man, you came out large. But if you were buying, yeah, you sure bit the bullet on that one, didn't you? So if one of my really good friends was, Jeff, should I buy today? The answer would be, heck yes, you should buy. You need to get your butt out there, get pre-approved so we know what you're working with. We need to go start looking at houses because there's a great amount of inventory. We need to know exactly what we're looking for. We need to find that house, do our math, do our homework, and negotiate for the best deal. I mean, sellers don't want to give their houses away, but you know what? They are willing to negotiate right now, and they want to sell their house. And although I hate this phrase, I'm not going to say the phrase, never mind. Although I hate this concept, it's so true. If you buy today and rates do drop substantially, you can refinance and you win then too, right? We already showed you how you win if you're buying today. And then if you rates drop and you refinance the house, you win then too. So I'm not going to say, right, what's the term? Marry the house, date the rate. I hate that, but I'm not going to say it. So I didn't say that. You didn't hear me say it. But just there is truth in that. Look, it makes sense, right? If you can afford the payment and you're stable and it's not an investment property you're buying, you're actually buying it to live, it makes sense long term to get in the game now. The math actually shows you that, right? The math actually says get in the game now. Look, my job's simple. Give you the truth, give you the information so you can make the best decision possible for you and your family. Reach out to me if you want to have a conversation about the math, if you want to have a conversation about buying right now in the Central Texas Round Rock area. I'd love to talk to you. You can direct message me, and my contact information is also down below. My name is Jeff Miller with Greater Than Austin Real Estate. Until next time, you all take care.